AgWeek Weather is sponsored by Bremer Bank. Connect with a banker today at bremer.com.
What does the rest of July have in store for us when it comes to weather? Here's John with our AgriWeather outlook.
Although I'm expecting no major changes in the general weather pattern over the next 2 weeks of North America, I am expecting some gradual shifts and changes. The hot weather will continue over the western United States. That continues to be an issue. A lot of drought, a lot of very hot temperatures throughout the Intermountain West, the Rocky Mountain region. That's not going anywhere. The stormy weather will continue down south. If it's not all tropical storms and hurricanes, it's just thunderstorms. But places from Texas across to Florida and up into the eastern seaboard will continue to be fairly stormy. One thing that is happening is we're starting to see a bit of a drier weather pattern taking place in the northern plains and maybe the western edge of the Great Lakes area. We'll show you what's going on with that. The weather pattern this week still featuring the predominant theme for the summer, which has been this ridge of high pressure over the western United States. And except for the higher elevations, a lot of hot temperatures in the 90s with scattered 100s throughout the western region. The jet then kind of weakens and splits. And this split, although it is fairly weak flow, it is where it bumps into that hot, humid weather of the south. We're seeing a fair amount of storminess coming out of this pattern. Going through the week ahead, not a lot of grand changes with that. The hot weather will build up into the high plains of western Canada. Jet stream coming out of the north will keep the hot temperatures well south of the Great Lakes area. So it'll be the southeast, the south, the high plains up into western Canada, and then the Intermountain West. There will be a brief intrusion of cooler weather, probably bring in some rain showers into the Pacific Northwest later this week. That will then eventually retreat and the heat will build up in that area. But for the first time in a while, we're starting to see the beginnings of the pre-fall cool summer weather setting up into Alaska and some parts of the northern edge of the Pacific Northwest. Going forward into next week, the second week of the forecast, it will remain fairly warm throughout the Great Plains, the southern states, and the west. No major changes there. Probably a little bit of an eastward progress of some of that hot weather, but none of it really changing shape or position all that much. Precipitation-wise, from western North Dakota through the California and the west, it's looking pretty much dry. The mountains and a few spots in the valleys of the southwest will get some monsoonal thunder showers, and there will be rain in Alaska and British Columbia. Scattered, mostly nighttime thunderstorms coming off the northwest flow will move into southern Canada, and a lot of the central and eastern Corn Belt and deep south will have areas of heavy thunderstorms. The second week, that shifts a little bit south. The west remains fairly dry. Thunderstorm activity in the northern plains and Great Lakes will be scattered and fairly limited.